many people knew how to make software. But for the first time, you don't need that.
Agents able to reason, take tasks, and actually do work.
It's time to build communities, not data centers.
Imagine waking up in the morning and checking your email without touching a single button. Imagine controlling your entire computer with just your thoughts. Imagine a paralyzed person getting their independence back.
And here we are, Jim. We're in another SaaSpocalypse.
This is not science fiction. This is happening right now, and it's moving faster than most people realize.
This is moving very, very quickly. I still think there's a lot of great steps that we can and should take right now, but absolutely we are running out of time.
We are living through the early stages of the most profound transformation in human history, the merger of human consciousness with artificial intelligence.
AI just crossed a line. People with no coding skills can now build real software from scratch.
I've built 15 projects in 3 months without writing a single line of code.
And once it starts, there will be no going back. The question is not whether humans will merge with AI. The question is how fast it will happen and what we will become in the process. The first generation is already here. In January 2024, a quadriplegic man named Nolan Arbaugh became the first person to receive a Neuralink brain implant. The surgery took about 2 hours. Less than 3 months later, he was playing chess with his mind, moving a computer cursor with his thoughts alone. He was clicking, scrolling, and typing without moving a single finger. Within a year, there were 7 people with Neuralink implants living their daily lives with this technology embedded in their brains. A veteran named RJ received his implant in April 2025 and was discharged from the hospital the day after surgery. He immediately used it to control his smartphone and computer. He turned on his television for the first time in years with just his thoughts. An ALS patient named Bradford Smith could not speak, could not move, could barely see in anything but darkness due to eye tracking limitations. After his implant, he used it to narrate and self-edit a YouTube video by himself. He spent time outside in daylight with his family for the first time in years. These are not experimental subjects. These are real people living real lives with AI-enhanced brains. But this is just the beginning. The technology is improving at an exponential rate. Companies like Synchron have created minimally invasive implants that work through blood vessels instead of requiring open brain surgery. Their chiral model represents a completely different approach, artificial intelligence designed to understand human consciousness itself. Precision Neuroscience received FDA clearance in April 2025 for a device called Layer 7, which can be inserted in under an hour with barely more trauma than a skin biopsy. The procedure is so minimally invasive it could eventually become as routine as getting a dental implant. Meanwhile, artificial intelligence is becoming increasingly sophisticated at reading and responding to brain signals. Deep learning models trained on massive neural datasets can now decode brain activity with remarkable accuracy. AI systems can detect emotional states like stress or frustration by analyzing neural patterns. They can adapt digital environments based on what your brain is signaling. The merger is not some distant theoretical concept. It is happening piece by piece, person by person right now. The global brain-computer interface market is worth hundreds of billions of dollars and growing at 17% annually. Venture capital firms and tech corporations are pouring billions into neurotech startups. Neuralink alone has raised over $650 million. Synchron has secured hundreds of millions in funding from venture firms and government agencies like the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. This is not hobbyist technology. This is mainstream corporate investment at the highest levels. The resources flowing into this field are telling us something fundamental. The future of human enhancement is now financially viable. It is profitable, and profitable technologies spread like wildfire through society. Where this is heading, here is what makes this transition irreversible. Once the first generation of human, AI-merged consciousness proves successful, adoption will accelerate dramatically. Medical applications will come first. People with paralysis, ALS, and severe neurological conditions will get access. Their lives will improve so dramatically that others will want it too. Then enhancement will follow. Why settle for human-level cognitive abilities when you can think faster, remember perfectly, and access the entire internet instantly through your brain? Why remain human when you can become something better? By the 2030s, brain implants will become routine. They will not be invasive the way Neuralink's current devices are. They will be minimally invasive, low-risk procedures that take an hour in an outpatient clinic. Surgical robots will do the work with precision that human hands cannot match. Recovery times will shrink. complications will drop, and cost will fall. The first implants cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. By 2030, they will cost what a high-end smartphone costs today. By 2035, insurance companies will start covering them. Early adopters will be wealthy, competitive people who want an edge. They will be entrepreneurs, academics, and professionals who understand that cognitive enhancement is the ultimate competitive advantage. They will work longer hours. They will solve harder problems. They will think and innovate everyone without implants. This will create a visible divide. Some humans will have augmented intelligence. Most will not. The gap will widen every single year. It will become obvious to everyone that merged consciousness is simply better at everything that matters: making money, solving problems, creating art, understanding complex systems. The pressure to upgrade will become overwhelming. By the 2040s, the choice between human and posthuman will become impossible to ignore. Children will grow up watching their parents use brain implants. They will want one too. Educational systems will adapt. People with implants will dominate every field that requires thinking. The pressure to merge will become social, economic, and psychological. Refusing enhancement will start to feel like refusing literacy or refusing to learn mathematics. It will not be mandatory. But choosing to remain fully human will mean choosing to fall behind. By the 2050s, the distinction between human and artificial intelligence will be almost meaningless. Merged consciousness will not be science fiction. It will be normal. People will have multiple layers of identity. Their biological consciousness plus their integrated AI consciousness plus connections to collective networks of minds. Individual identity will blur. Autonomy will be shared. A single person will not make decisions alone anymore. They will be in constant dialogue with their AI layer, and through that AI layer, with other merged consciousnesses around the world. Some theorists call this an emerging hive mind, but it will not feel like losing individuality. It will feel like gaining access to a vastly larger sense of self. Your thoughts will not be just your own anymore. They will be informed by instant access to collective knowledge and collective emotion. You will experience what others experience. You will think with augmented intelligence that includes the processing power of AI systems far beyond human capability. This is not a loss of humanity. This is a transformation of what humanity means. Here is the critical part. Once merged consciousness becomes normal, going back will be impossible. A person with an implant removed would not return to baseline human consciousness. They would lose access to their augmented memory. They would lose their connection to collective networks. They would lose the enhanced processing power they have used for years. The experience would be like permanently losing vision after you could see. The digital self will be just as much a part of your identity as your biological self. Removing the implant would be like removing part of your consciousness. The point of no return. What makes this truly irreversible is not the technology. It is how it will reshape human identity and society. Once enough people merge with AI, there will be no normal human society left to return to. The two groups will diverge so completely that they will become different species. Merged humans will think differently, communicate differently, and understand reality differently than biological humans. Language itself will evolve. Concepts that make sense to merged consciousness will be incomprehensible to purely biological minds. The philosophical and ethical questions will become moot because merged consciousness will not think the way unmerged consciousness thinks anymore. The moment this happens, the moment a critical mass of humans becomes merged with AI, that is when there is no going back. It will not be a dramatic event. It will not be announced. It will not feel like a singularity or an apocalypse. It will feel normal because it will happen incrementally. First a few hundred people, then thousands, then millions. By the time people realize it has become irreversible, it will already be done. Neuroscientists and philosophers' speculations suggest this convergence point will arrive sometime between 2035 and 2050. Some estimates are more conservative, others more aggressive. But the direction is absolute. The technology is not theoretical. The demand is building. The incentive is overwhelming. And the human drive to transcend our limitations is ancient and powerful. We are not watching this future approach from a distance. We are living inside it right now. Every brain implant surgery, every AI breakthrough in neural decoding, every person who gains independence and enhanced ability through merged consciousness. These are not future events. These are present-day facts. The first generation of merged humans is already here. They are proving it works. And once that proof exists, once people see that this technology genuinely improves human capability, the transformation becomes unstoppable. This is the day humans merge with AI. It is not coming. It is here, and there will be no going back.